you for the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl 59.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to cook a bunch of porridge.
That sounds just about right.
No salt. Everyone's going to come over, probably watch it in black and white.
Yeah. Super Bowl 59 is a rematch of Super Bowl 57. It's the Chiefs versus the Eagles.
It's almost worse than Donald Trump being elected again. Almost.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. When we started this channel, you know, I was like, oh, this would be so fun. Last season, so fun. Oh my God, Browns won 11 games. Went to the playoffs.
Of course we should start a channel.
It was great. Chiefs, Niners, sure. Lions, NFC Championship. Almost got it. And then this season rolls around. And, I mean, we might as well have simulated it.
The Chiefs win 15 games without ever scoring 32 points.
Yep.
They beat Josh Allen again.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson fumbles again.
Yeah.
Lions early exit to a team that is known as the Commanders.
Yeah. Welcome to Hivemind cheap seats.
Yeah.
Such a fun time. So glad we did this. But let's talk about it, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I got some notes. There were fun games yesterday. Just the outcomes are just not what I wanted.
Yeah, exactly as I predicted. I know it wasn't an exciting prediction. I know on here I bet with my heart and my ween. But if you're a newsletter reader, I wrote a little confessional in there. And I was pretty close.
Newsletter powered by Beehive comes out every Friday at noon.
Yep. I said that I did say that the Chiefs would win by 3.
That's amazing.
And I said they would be aided by a late pass interference call, and said they were mostly aided by a Dalton Kincaid drop and an incorrect 3rd and 4th down called play.
Yes. I wrote down, yeah, that's like, okay, when we were watching the game yesterday, and I think a lot of people will relate to this, in the first half, we definitely had a moment where we were kind of like, the refs are almost overcorrecting for helping the Chiefs. They're giving the Bills a lot of calls. They're doing a lot of no calls where it feels like there could have been calls.
Yeah.
And then the second half rolls around and we see a lot of that. You know, it just was the exact opposite of that. There are 5 calls in that game that I think I disagree with that did go the Chiefs' way. One of them being that catch at the 5 that was not a catch, hit the ground. It was a tiebreaker catch. And I think a good way to look at that is like, you know, that's an interesting rule. Tie goes to the offensive player. I think that if it wasn't a contested catch the way that it was and was not a tiebreaker, that gets called incomplete if it's just, was that Xavier Worthy, I think? Yeah. If it was just Xavier Worthy and he caught the ball like this and then it hits the ground, there's no way they call that a catch.
I don't know. It didn't move. I hate to argue with
I know it didn't move, but like
if you dive for a ball. And it hits the ground, and it's like firmly in your hands to catch.
Yeah, but it just wasn't possessed. I don't think that the possession was literally just.
Andy Reid was possessed.
Yeah, he did. I think there are a lot of the refs were possessed by the devil who resides and has multiple properties in Kansas City.
Yeah.
They did turn the fountains red for the Chiefs in Kansas City, which I think is an interesting move, considering the narratives going around right now. But yeah, that Bills the 4th and 1. Josh Allen definitely got that. But more than that, I have more of a problem with the call on 3rd.
Yeah.
Because the spot was a whole yard off of, like, that was a first down already.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even had to do the Josh Allen sneak.
Yeah, I was reading the Brian Florio article before we started this. He's, you know, a lot of journalists are saying that it's time to put tech balls.
Yeah.
It's time for NFL tech balls.
Totally.
The technology's there. It's not going to change how the ball moves or how it feels or anything.
Yeah.
They have it in tennis. You know, you can have cameras around. You can have cameras on the pylons for touchdowns and first downs.
Let's just use Find My Friends. Just put a tracker in the ball.
Put an AirPod in there.
Yeah, you put a little chip in the ball, and then you got the line. You know where the line is. Get the chain gang out of there. By the way, one of the chain gang guys got hurt this year.
Yeah.
And people are running into them. We don't need them on the sideline.
They're old, too.
It's 10 yards. It's easy.
Yeah.
There's markers on the field. Yeah. Just, did they get there or did they not? Did the ball cross that invisible fence line? Here we go. we use Find My Friends and Invisible Fence for Dogs.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
And it electrocutes you a little bit if you get it. And you're like, I got buzzed.
Yeah, if you get buzzed, then you got the first down.
Yeah.
And
so it's a good buzz.
Yeah, and then you get one every 10 yards. And that hopefully will prevent Saquon from so many 60-yard touchdown runs.
That was my favorite play from yesterday.
Absolutely. First play from scrimmage?
Yeah,
Come
the
on,
Commanders
man.
come out, put together another great first drive.
Longest drive of their season, 18 plays.
They're getting fourth downs again, and I'm like, oh, this is what they did to the Lions, but they only come away with 3, which isn't great on the road. You'd like to see them punch it in there. And then it's like, all right, we know the Commanders' defense isn't good. Or we talked about stacking the box last week, and then there's like the conversation of, well, if you stack the box, what happens when he gets to the second level? And that's pretty much what we saw is like they were like, everyone's down there, and they pitched it to the outside, and by the time he's in the secondary, it's like, well, it was like 2. It was like a safety and a corner.
It also is like, I totally agree. Commanders' defense struggled, and on that play, they struggled. But at the same time, you can't name me 2 more running backs in the league who make that play.
Right.
Like,
is he that hard to tackle? I feel like I could bring him down. He spun off those guys like they weren't trying.
No, they were trying.
I think I could bring him down.
If you watch the like actual replay where it's like not just that one camera angle and they like go to all the different, like, they were diving at him. The fact that he does not go down is insane. Yeah. That was a wild run. He was fantastic. And I will say, crazy Eagles stat line, first time in playoff history that a quarterback and running back both had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Wow.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley each had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, Saquon had 3 in the first quarter, right?
2 in the first quarter.
The first quarter. Yeah. Shout out my anytime touchdown bettors. That's about the only thing I won on yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, Eagles looked great, but turning the ball over is really weird to see. My biggest question from that game, the other fumbles, whatever, the Eagles were definitely coached, you were telling me, to punch out everything, and it did look like they were doing that. The one where it wasn't clearly punched out is a minute and a half left in the first half, where you don't get the ball in the second half. You can get it at the 30 if you take a knee, and he brings it out of the end zone and fumbles. I feel like that is that's like a special teams coaching mistake.
Yep.
That's just a bad call to even allow that chance to happen. Like, you have to play the analytical game there. You just have to take a knee because the way Jaden was moving it is like you were probably going to get some points there. I think his most impressive play to me, he had a couple throws where he was like hitting tiny windows, but with like 43 seconds left, they get that ball back. And as he's driving down the field, they have no timeouts. The only reason there's time left is because they burn the timeouts inside of the 2-minute warnings. When the Eagles recover that fumble, they get a quick pass, first down, runs up to go do a spike, and he hits him with that hard count.
Yeah.
And he gets him to jump off sides, and that is like a 10-year, that's Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen shit, where you're like, oh, got him in a spike, you're on the road, and as a rookie, he goes, and then gets him to jump. Then you get 1st and 5, gets him right into field goal range.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Even at that point, after giving up a second touchdown off of a fumble, I was like, this dude's good enough to do this.
Right. I was going to say, if you look at just the scoreboard, it doesn't tell the story of that game. Like, they were in it until
fourth quarter.
Halfway through the fourth quarter. I thought the Commanders still had a chance. I mean, obviously, the Eagles just kind of kept running it up on them. But I really thought that they were in that game. And I also think that if they don't run it up, and it wasn't 55-23, that people would be talking more about that bad call where I forget if it was A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith was stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
And then they ran up and ran a play.
I didn't think they ran up that quick.
They should have challenged it. They should have challenged that because that was clearly, that's an Isaiah Likely, first week of the season type thing. Their toe was out of bounds. Shouldn't count. Great catch. I mean, an amazing catch and good footwork. It just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And that was a huge chunk play that I think momentum would have shifted. And I really do think that the Commanders were super impressive in that game.
They are. They're going to be good for a long time. Jaden's not going anywhere.
They need help on defense, and I think they need one more wide receiver piece probably because Zach Ertz was really the only reason that they were able to keep moving in that game. Terry obviously had that one fantastic catch and run, but like you can tell that he doesn't have exactly the weapons that he needs all the way, and probably needs another running back too. Like
Eckler and Robinson are old. Well, Eckler's especially old. But
But I was impressed by them. I think the Eagles looked fantastic, though.
Shout out Quinyon Mitchell.
Quinyon Mitchell was his first pick of the entire season, and he's a defensive rookie of the year
And
candidate.
it's an amazing play.
Oh yeah,
That was the game sealer. Obviously, it was pretty much out of reach, but like at that point, I was like bummed out watching it. And then he made that play. You texted me and you were like, "Fuck this!" And then like that play happened, and I was like, "Let's go Toledo," and you were like, "EDO."
yeah. You said TOL. I said EDO, and then I said that's pretty much all I have to cheer
Yeah.
for. And I said before, I mean that was the first game, and I said I was like, it's gonna be Chiefs Eagles again, and I'm just bummed because really any other matchup is more exciting. So
Yeah, I mean, we do have. There's things like you can't be too jaded about, and I only can say this now that I'm 30 and, you know, grew up as sour as you could be, no success on any teams prior to 2016. You have to kind of stop and be able to appreciate amazing runs like this. Like Saquon is doing the best running back streak we've ever seen in the playoffs.
best running back season period ever, for sure.
That we got to watch that. And we get to see that on the biggest stage. We get to see if he's good enough as a running back to stop arguably the greatest dynasty of all time. That's a hell of a matchup.
And I will say this. This is not our predictions video for the Super Bowl. We've got a bunch of content coming out, by the way. We still got another video with Bengal. We got like a really awesome trivia video that we did about the regular season, all that stuff. And then, you know, right before the Super Bowl, we'll do our predictions. But I will say this. The Super Bowl is on Saquon Barkley's birthday.
Yeah, February 9th.
February 9th, Saquon Barkley's birthday. I'm just saying.
He's probably getting fucked up the night before at midnight. And he'll
That's
be
probably
bad.
true. Yeah,
probably
you're
like
right.
throw up on the ball and then it gets all slippery and he fumbles it.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift picks it up and high steps into the end zone.
I can't believe she's playing it.
I can.
They reported her as eligible.
She's always played too much for me.
But yeah, she plays
Too much music.
She plays too much.
She plays too much fucking music.
Too many shows, honestly.
Too many fucking songs.
Do we really need 6 in New York?
I
you
mean,
know?
come on.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well, what if I want to do something else that week?
Keep it moving.
I got to go to
you know?
6 straight shows?
Yeah, play a show and chill a coffee.
I'm booked.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. But Saquon, you have that element. You have, again, Andy Reid is the former coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, there's a storyline there.
That's a storyline. You have the year of like the saltiest coach of all time, the biggest dick of all time, Nick Sirianni, flipping off his own fans, telling them to shut up. That guy just took that team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Did you hear that Tom Brady call, by the way?
No.
Late in the game, he said, like, on broadcast, when they knew the game was, like, already sealed.
Yeah.
They had already poured the Gatorade on him,
Yep.
and it was, like, 5 minutes left in the game. And Tom Brady said, if I were Nick Sirianni, I'd turn around and just yell at the fans, just for the sake of it. And I was like, wow, that is a funny Tom Brady call to say that. Yeah.
Did you see the guy shoot the gun off in the streets in Philly?
No, I did not. I heard they greased the poles ahead of time.
They did that, but everybody's in the streets, like, go Birds, and they're doing the thing, everybody's dancing. There's a clip of like a tall guy kind of like shooting over top of everyone's head, and you just see a hand with a pistol go up and goes, foul, 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 foul. And he turns to his friends and he goes, that was definitely a gun. And everybody's like, ha ha, Birds, baby. Like, no one is like, you'd think if 5 rounds went off, people would scatter.
Yeah.
No one stops moving. Yeah. Just like a pistol in the air.
That's Philly, man. That's how you say hello in Philadelphia, actually.
What's up, dude? And then as far as the Chiefs go, you know, there are storylines there. I think the emergence of Xavier Worthy post like week 17 and through the playoffs is really remarkable. I mean, I think he can be one of their greatest wide receivers of all time. Like his strength in 1 year has already gotten better. His route running ability to like get to the ball and not get bullied out by D-backs has become like a clear number 1 there.
I think he was kind of one-dimensional when the season started, and then he's definitely built on that. Like I saw him run routes and catch the ball in places that I didn't expect to see him.
And they get him involved really early.
Yeah.
Like he'll get 5 grabs in their first 2 drives.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge for a rookie. I would bet on him to have a really big impact in the Super Bowl. And Steve Spagnuolo is unreal.
Yeah.
As like an amazing defensive coordinator.
And I will say, this is the best defensive coordinator matchup you could get in the Super Bowl, because I think Vic Fangio should probably win coordinator of the year. I think Ben Johnson had a shot at it, but, you know, I'm jaded from the playoffs, but like, you know, Vic Fangio has totally transformed that defense.
Yep. And it's crazy. To send the corner blitz on 4th and 5 is an insane thing to do. Yeah. And it's what you had to do against Josh Allen. And he still managed to get the ball into a guy's arms, which is really crazy. But yeah,
a lot of people are placing too much. There's too much blame on Kincaid for that. Like he had a shot at it.
Sure.
But that was I'm not convinced, and I'm not trying to doubt Josh Allen all the way here. I'm not trying to because I know I've been the Bills hater all season and blah, blah. I don't think he was aiming for a specific player.
Oh, sure he was.
I do not think so. If he was, I don't think it was Kincaid. I really think he threw that. You have to see that play, how much pressure he was under. He just jumps and chucks the ball. The fact that Kincaid had a shot at it is a miracle.
Yeah.
And the fact that he didn't catch it is understandable.
Yeah, you shouldn't be on 4th and 5 on your own 47.
Yeah.
Because as the same way your first 2 drives of every game are scripted, that drive is just as scripted.
Yeah.
You know what you have to do down 3, 2-minute drill. They know those plays. They should have been prepared for that blitz. I know that's an insane thing to even say or be ready. It's crazy, but you need time there to do something downfield with Josh Allen. They needed a running back on that side to pick him up, whatever. Yeah. But 4th and 5 on their own 47. That's credit to Kansas City's defense. So there's good storylines here. It's the first time I've ever seen a three-peat opportunity. Not even just three-peat.
Yeah, in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, in the Super Bowl.
Because the Patriots lost in the divisional round in 2005.
So, I'm trying my best to hit my brakes on being super down and salty about it. And in 20 years, I don't want to be during that greatest run of football maybe ever, I was fuck everything. I hate everything.
Right.
It is special what we're getting to see.
Yeah.
And I do hope it's at least our best outcome here is that it's a 1-possession game and we have an exciting 4th quarter.
Right. And 2 quick things just about Josh Allen in general. Because we are watching a dynasty happen, I think the conversation around Josh Allen is a really interesting one. He leads every individual player stat for a quarterback in the playoffs over the last, 7 years, however long he's been in the league. He's got more touchdowns, more yards, no turnovers, all these crazy stats. He's been an unbelievable playoff quarterback in terms of individually playing really well. Did everything he could to give his team the chance to win in that game. And I saw somebody talk about just kind of he's also the first quarterback to go 0-4 against one team in the playoffs. And you have to start to wonder, is Josh Allen just Karl Malone or Charles Barkley
Jim
or
Kelly,
Reggie Miller, and just playing at the same time as Michael Jordan? It's just kind of those players never got to win an NBA Finals. They didn't get to, do that during the time. It had to be either they never did or they did right after Michael Jordan retired.
Or right before,
Yeah, and so I just wonder if we're just watching what a fantastic quarterback. There's no way around it. He's definitely the second best or third best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
But is he ever going to get there? Is kind of the question, because is it he's the same age, they're essentially the same age.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to see Josh Allen play at a time where Patrick Mahomes is not playing? And I don't know.
Patrick Mahomes' arms could fall off in the offseason like a crab.
Yeah, I guess that could happen.
Yeah. But wait, the crab's growing back. That would suck.
I wouldn't be surprised if they say Patrick Mahomes' arm was removed by an oncoming vehicle while he was at a crosswalk, and then 2 days later they're he'll be on 4-week IR. He's actually gonna play.
Yeah, it's actually looking.
He'll be
good
for the playoffs.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
It's bigger and stronger. The arm.
It's very Spurs-esque is how I see this Chiefs team, is because they've really.
Yeah.
They didn't. It's not even like they coasted. Last year's a better example of that, because they get in as a wild card, or less wins than this year.
They had
obviously.
11 wins last year.
Yeah, but they it's seemingly coast through the regular season, can win 1-possession games, and then just you have to be so great to choose to turn it on.
Yeah, but it's Spurs-esque in that it's boring.
Yeah,
but Patrick Mahomes is not Tim Duncan. I think Patrick Mahomes is Michael Jordan or LeBron James.
Yeah.
Just
or
way
Steph.
Less
of a personality. He's more like Steph.
He's kind of like Steph.
Because Steph's a weenie, spoiled rich guy, born on a country club,
but
into a silver spoon.
I like watching Steph play more than I like watching Patrick Mahomes.
I like watching Pat play.
See, I do to an extent. I guess not when he's mic'd up, because that's always,
it's I might as well.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go out there and just kind of do our best today.
Miss Piggy!
great team, great quarterback, but we're gonna go out there and try to do it for the Kansas City fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's just it does suck as a football fan because I wish I could enjoy it more, but I'm just so bored. I would rather see Bills Eagles or Commanders Eagles
That
again.
is sick, yeah.
in the
Replay
Super
that.
Bowl.
I'd rather watch a Browns game from week 7 or something.
Yeah. It is. It's just it's disheartening. But
It's disheartening, but there are some great players that are going against each other. It's in New Orleans. We do get Kendrick Scissor at halftime.
Kendrick Scissor and whoever was on the phone when Kendrick was talking to them, because that's could be another Twitter Kendrick fan reach, but people are saying that it sounded like Tyler Creator's voice on the phone in the little trailer.
No shot.
It could be.
No.
Why?
Who'd we say it was going to be last night? We had a good idea last night.
Who did we say?
We were saying someone funny.
Yeah, it was somebody funny.
It was like a funny thing.
Yeah.
LiAngelo Ball would be good.
That would be good, yeah. He already did a halftime show, though.
Yeah,
the
that
Lions
ruins
lost.
that game, so.
Yeah. I think we said it was like a little Mabu or a little Dicky or something.
Whoa,
Something
I'd never say
it
that.
was like some dumb white rapper that he said it was going to be.
That would be sick. I'm excited for the commercials.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Dude, quit looking over there. There's nothing over there for you.
I'm getting a call from our friend Munch.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. So, I mean, I heard the buzz. So, I'll hang up on him. Fuck him.
You just ruined the vibe.
Joy, joy, joy. Life is beautiful. Remember that.
That should be his answering machine.
I do want to say Jalen Hurts was really impressive. One of his best games that I've seen in a long time.
And I do want to say I could have hit those wide receivers if I had Saquon Barkley as my running back.
And had Marshawn Lattimore, I don't know if he had the flu or something, but he was off. He was really off.
The Raiders hired Pete Carroll.
Yeah, Raiders hired Pete Carroll.
That's crazy.
And I'm excited. Actually, Bengal tweeted his QB predictions for 2025 for this upcoming season because he did it last year too, and he just quote tweeted it and did new ones. And a lot of people are saying Russell Wilson to the Raiders, Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll. And I will say this, I didn't add it to my tweet because I did a joke one after I quote tweeted Bengals and put the first 2 or 3 were legitimate predictions where I was like Russell Wilson back to the Steelers, Justin Fields to the Raiders, then I was like Patrick Mahomes, Lions. And then I just kept I had 6 quarterbacks on the Bills. It was Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Milton, and Jared Goff were all going to be on the Bills. A bunch of stuff, but whatever. I legitimately do think that there's a chance that Russell Wilson goes to the Raiders, and whether that's a bridge quarterback situation or it's just cool to see Pete Carroll have Russell Wilson back there. I don't think
that'd be cool.
They draft Ashton Genty, and it's like a Marshawn Lynch type of situation again.
I did like Marshawn yelling in the press conference.
Yeah.
Raiders! Yeah, that's going to be a disaster, though, and I think Pete dies before they win a playoff game, so.
I obviously, listen, a lot of people think that we are way more connected than we are. I've never met Pete Carroll. I'll admit it.
Really?
I've never met him.
He's been in my house.
I've never met him, though.
Oh.
Yeah. I used to stay in a lot. I've been going over to your house a little bit more. Yeah. But I've never met him. But everybody says that he's old based on when he was born. But that dude was running around.
Right. But that's not how it works.
That's Paul McCartney's 80 something and he's still running up the stairs and being like, oh, you want to hear another one?
Paul McCartney hasn't inspired men since 1978.
That's not true. He inspires a lot. What about 4 or 5 seconds?
It's not inspiring. Rihanna's verse is inspiring.
Well, okay, you don't get Rihanna's verse if you don't get that perfect guitar lick from Paul.
You said it, but it's not inspiring.
Pete Carroll inspires me, and I think it's going to be a fun time over there with the Raiders. But
Aaron Glenn's post hiring conference.
Okay.
It's press conference. That was inspiring.
Jets.
Yeah.
Jets. Jets.
He said we're the fucking Jets.
Yeah, he got drafted by them in the first round.
I know, it's cool. That was inspiring. That's the most inspiring hire yet.
It is hilarious that the AFC West now has Andy Reid, Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh, and Sean Payton.
Yeah, the oldest guys in the game.
Also, arguably 4 of the 5 best coaches in the NFL.
You can't say that about Pete Carroll.
I said arguably.
Oh.
He won a Super Bowl.
Years ago.
And lost one. He went to another one.
In today's NFL, though, he was bad his last couple of years in Seattle and got fired for a reason.
Was he bad?
That's why he got fired.
Okay, that's not always the case, you know.
Well,
and also Jim Harbaugh, there's more about Jim Harbaugh. He's been fantastic in college football.
Yeah.
He went to 1 Super Bowl. as an NFL, or maybe 2, but he never won one.
Yeah.
Sean Payton's won.
Because they made him get rid of Colin Kaepernick.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, there's more of like you can't say that Pete Carroll's not a great coach.
I can. I don't like Pete. He sucks.
Really?
He sucks.
I feel like you don't like him because girls always say he's hot.
He is hot, and I want to be hot. Ben Johnson's a traitor.
My bad, everybody.
What's your? Yeah, I guess we'll talk about it in our predictions video.
No. Like we can. I mean, you know, whatever.
What's your desired outcome here?
My desired outcome is Eagles win. Quinyon Mitchell has 4 picks and wins the Super Bowl MVP.
That would be awesome.
Because he went to Toledo. That's like, I mean, I know that's not going to happen, but that is my desired outcome. I am going to be rooting for the Eagles. I don't want to see a Chiefs three-peat. Not because I hate the Chiefs or anything. It's just goddamn boring. And I think there's still a great storyline in Saquon Barkley winning his first year in Philly.
Honestly, I think I'm rooting for the Chiefs.
Why?
You
just hate Nick Sirianni?
I hate Sirianni, and I just hate the Eagles. I hate Philly fans. I hate Philadelphia as a city. Saquon and Quinyon are the only people I like. I hate C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Okay.
I hate Philadelphia. Did I say that?
You already said
That's
that,
the city the team's from.
Yeah.
I hate them. It's filthy. Full of rotten freaks.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, Kansas City just seems like more, clean, middle America, safe.
Seems that
Taylor.
felt racist. Yeah.
Really?
Something about that felt
Well, Kansas City's
racist.
definitely a cleaner city.
Okay.
Kansas. Kansas.
It's not in Kansas. It's in Missouri.
Whatever. Oh, fuck. I hate Missouri.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't know.
My other desired outcome is that Rob McElhenney and Charlie Day and Glenn Howerton and Caitlin Olsen do a bunch of like promo awesome commercials to hype up the Philly fans. And those are funny.
What about Danny DeVito?
Oh yeah, he'll be there too. But he's probably too busy doing Jersey Mike's Super Bowl ads. Actually, you know what? We don't have that much to talk about today, so I'll just bring this up. I thought about this last night. There's a commercial that's going around right now where Adam Scott is doing the voice, but he's not in the commercial. It's just like his voice.
He's doing the voice?
No, not NBC's The Voice. Sorry, I know you love that show.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a racist accent.
Oh, no.
That's what we call it.
No, he's doing like a voiceover for some like ad, and I was like, is that Adam Scott? It doesn't say, he doesn't go like, hey, I'm Adam Scott. It's just his voice. And I was like, that's weird because like he's not in the commercial. Why does it have to be his voice? And then last night I was watching a Subway commercial and I was pretty sure it was Amy Poehler. And I was like, but she's not in it. Like, it's odd. Like, what's going on with this whole these famous people doing just voices for commercials?
They've done that since they put sound in shows.
Okay. Are they sending like a voice memo over? Are they getting into a studio?
They're getting into the studio.
Why don't they just pull up and then have like Amy Poehler should be in Subway? Like,
well, because sometimes a woman doesn't sell subs. What if it's a misogynist at home?
Wait, what? It's her voice.
Well, right,
but they don't want to see her in there.
Yeah, if they see her, that might be off-putting. Or like maybe they don't know it's Amy Poehler and she just like scientifically has tonally a good voice and they've tested it. They've ran the numbers.
Oh, they run the numbers.
And then it's like once they put her on, voice unrecognizable, put her on there and someone's like, I fucking hate Parks and Rec, bitch.
Oh, okay.
Looks like my ex-wife. And then that doesn't sell subs.
Okay.
So you keep her voice. Like Brian Cox does stuff for commercials, a ton of people do stuff for commercials.
Okay, yeah. I guess I was just wondering. I wasn't like set on like,
Yeah.
I wasn't set on like being right about it or being like, oh, this is a new thing. It was just like interesting to me that I'm like, why not say, hey, I'm Amy Poehler here. You forget about Jared. It's me now. Time for subs. Like she could say that.
I feel like, sometimes celebrities are divisive.
Yeah. And then Adam Scott could be like, I don't know what his is for, but maybe he's like, it's Adam Scott here to tell you about Salesforce or whatever he's selling.
Yeah. It's like Bud Light did the whole flip-flop.
What they did.
They like supported trans people for a second, and now Shane Gillis is doing their commercials.
Right, they got like a Nazi.
Yeah,
to do their commercials.
They did like a Whiplash.
Yeah, and they're like Post Malone. Not when he was rapping. Okay,
we're he's country guy.
Country star Post Malone is selling you beer.
Yeah,
all right.
With his shitty comedian friend.
Yeah, I mean not shitty. He's a good comedian.
No, yeah, it's just like the exact opposite of.
Yeah, as he trends towards Trump supporters, then they're gonna bring him in,
Yeah,
but yeah,
so, man, advertisement is really the most exciting thing going into the Super Bowl.
I'm excited.
Where are we gonna see?
Well, yeah, we want to do something with the Super Bowl commercials, like a tier list or a bracket or something like that. So let us know what would be in there.
Maybe we should have a live stream set up and we just turn it on during commercial breaks.
Would we? I think we'd still get claimed or get blocked. Or
No, but it's like
killed or
you don't
something.
get to watch us reacting to the game.
You just watch our faces.
during the commercials.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
And
so
we
if
got
you
we got headphones on so you can watch the game at the same time and hopefully it's synced up
Yeah.
so that like we're commentary.
Oh no, I don't want the live stream on during the game.
No, I know it's just during the commercials, but I
Alright.
want them to hear the sound of the commercials
Oh, nice. Yeah,
because
yeah.
they won't be able to hear it through.
I like that.
Because if we play that,
Okay.
then we'll get shot.
Cool.
But-
We're probably not gonna do that, but
Yeah, we probably won't because I
this
feel like
gets-
I'm gonna be fucking drunk during the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna be drunk off porridge and mead.
Oh, nice.
That's what we're gonna
We
have.
should go to a meadery. I
Been
want to go
waiting
to a local meadery.
I've been waiting so long for you to say that.
You know what? I think it would be nice if we went to a local meadery.
Yeah.
And actually, my friend's having an art gallery opening this weekend, and his stuff is really interesting. And I
I'm
feel like
out
it
of
would be
town.
really cool if we would go
I'm
to
out of
that.
town.
Yeah.
What's something you'd rather do than watch this Super Bowl?
Watch a different Super Bowl.
Okay.
Watch an old Super
Like
Bowl.
one you don't remember the outcome.
Yeah, like,
Super Bowl
ooh.
6.
I'm like, oh, okay.
All right. It's a pretty good game.
Saints.
Yeah.
The Saints look pretty good in this one. Yeah, stuff like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
I like the video that comes out every year of like theater kids watching the Super Bowl, and like someone will turn on the Super Bowl from last year, and they'll watch like a whole quarter.
Oh, and then like they act like really smart. Like
Yeah.
that person that put it on is like, I feel like maybe this will happen. Yeah, that'd be
be
pretty
fun.
cool.
Whatever. If you have creative ideas for more Super Bowl content for us, let us know. Sorry that we seem a little uninspired. Oh, he's on his phone.
I'm just checking if I forgot to
great.
say anything in my.
He's just on
in
his
my
phone
notes.
now. Sorry that it's come to this, guys.
No, I got it.
If it was
all.
the Browns,
or the Lions.
you wouldn't. But whatever.
We would be so hyped. if
I
it was
don't
the
care.
Lions. I know you're a crazy person.
I don't care. I want to go up into a hot air balloon,
Yeah.
smoke perks.
We do have Cheap Seats Jeopardy with Bengal coming out soon.
This week.
And we got some other stuff coming out on Limited and the main channel. And I hope you guys are having a great day and stuff like that. Sorry that the football was so boring this year. We did our best to spice it up.
That's okay.
Okay.
Go Cavs and go Andy Reid.
Yeah, go Saquon and go Quinyon Mitchell,
Does
really.
Andy Reid gives speeches? Like, can you imagine him going in the locker room?
Yeah, he's like Bundle Ruski. Bundle a Ruski do.
All right, man.
I hope they do another. They got to do more Bundle Ruski commercials for the Super Bowl.
Roll it, Tony.
No, don't roll it yet. We got to talk more about Bundle Ruski. All right, you can roll it.
Roll
seems
it,
sad.
man.
Sorry, everybody.
Roll it.
See ya. This has been Cheap Seats. See you in the next one. Woo!
Dude, I hate it.
I like you. You're a good guy.